Last time on RLcraft. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining me for episode 3 of our RLCraftAdventure. If you're just tuning in, be sure to catch up on the last 2 episodes. You don't want to miss the chaos we've already been through, because this episode might not make as much sense as you'd expect. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay updated on all the wild stuff we've got coming in the future. Now, today, we've got some big goals. First up, we're going to loot a village and see if we can find any useful supplies. Then it's time to upgrade our armor because we seriously need better protection out here than this measly leather that we've got on right now. And finally, we'll be grinding for experience. We need to get those levels to keep progressing and level up our skill sets. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Our first big step in this episode was putting the experience we gathered last time to good use, inching us closer to reaching our skill tree goals. We're aiming for level 8 so we can finally wield iron tools on weapons. After deciding to upgrade the attack to level 7, we're almost there. After that, we ventured into the village, a place full of promise. With several farms to fuel our hunt for more experience and countless buildings potentially hiding items that could be game changers for our future, it's the perfect place to explore and prepare for what lies ahead. Besides, I have to get to know my new home one way or another. After I gazed upon the forest and did a bit of farming, I decided to start my journey into the actual village to start looting some of the resources. I find it very therapeutic to take items that don't belong to me and use them for my own personal gain. On my way towards the Wind Hill, I stumbled upon something unexpected. 2 villagers, well. I guess love knows no boundaries, or blocks. Definitely one of the strangest sights on this adventure so far. But hey, who are we to judge? The first house we looted was packed with food, including bacon and eggs. Jackpot, am I right? But then I ran into this stubborn chest that just wouldn't open. Determined, I scavenged wood from the house itself to craft some lockpicks. Doesn't make any sense considering these are the same sort of sticks that I use to make weaponry, but you know, Minecraft logic, am I right? After some careful work, I finally cracked it open. Only to find the loot was terrible. Not even worth the effort. I guess not every treasure is a winner. But hey, I got some more eggs out of it. So for the next 10-15 minutes, I just looted and looted and looted. So what's the next best thing to do than a loot montage? Okay, iron battle axe, 1 attack speed, 9 damage, can disarm enemies when hit. What can I get rid of? Unlit torches. This can stay in my offhand. After finally finding a decent chest to loot, I discovered that my inventory is pretty much full of iron tools in which I had no use for, but I did have some newly acquired diamonds, which are going to come in very handy in the future. Well, one could hope anyway. I decided to spend the time looting one more house before going back to my base camp. And this house, well, let's just say it's got 2 amazing secrets that will come in very handy for people that are just getting into RLcraft and finding this house in the village themselves. If it wasn't for other people online, I would never have known about this. The first steps I made inside this house was just to craft myself some bandages with all of the wool that was in there, and then I moved on to the secret. There are 2 sets of armor that are hidden in this base, one of which you can just see poking slightly out the top of the wood. and the other one is hidden under the carpet in the main bedroom. However, I decided to leave this one for now as I couldn't equip it just yet. So once I got back to my home, I decided to offload my inventory into the chests and smelt some stuff in the furnaces. But I was rudely interrupted by a villager that had no shame. Excuse me? No. You're not allowed in here. Yeah, no, don't nod at me, I said no. Why? Because it's my house now. I've claimed it as my own. Go away. Yes? I can see you agree. You want 1 emerald for 31 paper? Are you kidding me? No, be gone. I decided to finally press on with my experience gathering, knowing I had to level up my farming to level 4 to finally harvest those precious potatoes, carrots, and even beetroot. I had to spend some levels, but I immediately got them back. Once that was sorted, I took a little nature walk, and by walk, I mean I went to greet the local wildlife. And let's just say, we're not exactly exchanging pleasantries with them.
Don't be suspicious.
Dinner's on me tonight. Okay, don't look at me like that, okay? While exploring, I came across another villager settlement, and this one looked almost identical to the one that we found back in episode 1. But unlike before, the loot here was way better. I scored half of the iron armor I've been needing, which means I can finally ditch some of this noisy chainmail. Progress has never felt so good. It never looked so good either. After smelting all of the ore that I pillaged from the villagers, I finally had enough experience points to level up my defense. That meant one thing: I could finally wear iron armor. Goodbye flimsy gear, hello real protection. It's about time. Having to go quite a convoluted way through getting the experience to get armor, I had to melt down the iron armor I just collected, which kind of hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But then I realized they give ingots, so you can just remake the armor you already had, especially considering I'm smelting ore and I have chainmail to smelt as well. So what I did was smelted the armor, and then I recrafted the iron armor and went from there. That way I had the level and I could wear it. With my new iron armor equipped, I went ahead and plundered the rest of their base. I even borrowed some of their lighting and tore down a few of their walls for good measure. Hey, waste not, want not, right? Once I had everything I could carry, it was time to head back home, fully stocked and ready for whatever comes next. Don't know what that thing is. Out the way! Out the way! Or so I thought. What on earth was that thing? You know what? You know what? After sleeping the demons of the night away, I decided to finally sort through my inventories and complete my iron armor set. I've even got myself an iron shield now, which is definitely going to come in handy in the long run. After dealing with that completely manageable beast outside the house last night, I figured it was a good idea to clear out some of the forest around the place as well. So I grabbed my axe and I started chopping down the trees. Hey, girls gotta get some wood every now and then, am I right? As luck would have it, another ent decided to spawn as I chopped down a tree, but this time, it wasn't nearly as scary as the last couple episodes. I calmly chopped his limbs off, took care of business, and, you know, went back to chopping trees. I decided to continue with the usual stuff. You know, farming, slaughtering, and of course getting parasites. Just another day in RLcraft after all. I decided that after that my house needed a bit of an upgrade, so I wasn't happy with just that one sort of room I had. I needed an entrance that's a bit further down, and as luck would have it, there was a super convenient cobblestone structure built right into it. So I spent some time modifying it, adding my own personal touches, and just making it truly feel a bit more like a home. Or a dungeon basement, but you know, it's mine, and that's all that matters. not great. After expanding my house and tending to more farming and looting, I took a little trip to explore and ended up with a new companion. A pet dog! Do I have any bones? This puppy needs a name. Please comment your best one below. I do! Okay, well, you need help, so you can come over this way. Now I've got a loyal friend to join me on this crazy journey. However, I might need to get him some armor first. But, you know, after that, I knew it was time. Time to take on that cathedral. This wasn't just any raid, as this would be my first proper challenge in this series, and I readied my gear. I'm just going to make myself a diamond sword. I won't be able to use it. And after leaving the dog in charge of the house, I pushed forward towards the cathedral, determined to see what dangers and rewards awaited inside. Also, this place looks terrifying. I also shouldn't be pressing down buttons. Rare, exhausting creeper of you can't run. Okay, so yes, there's creepers, there's zombies, there's things in there that can kill me. Am I going for it? Potentially. After scouting the cathedral through the windows and taking down an elite creeper that thought it could, you know, wait inside for me, I made my move. I entered through the front door, taking down each mob spawner as it appeared. They weren't exactly well hidden, just hiding under the carpets with their flames flickering through, but while their placement wasn't the best, the mobs they spawned were dangerous, especially if you weren't prepared for them. And let me tell you, there's plenty of spawners and plenty of mobs that can appear. I managed to find an epic zombie that was trapped between the wall and a fence post, which is really handy for me because this zombie is a bit of an ass. I was being attacked by a few of them, and this one just turned around and tried to steal my weapon. It disarmed me, and the weapon was from the floor. Luckily, I saw that before I started to move backwards, because if I had moved any further backwards, I probably wouldn't be able to get my weapon back. Not easily, anyway. Okay, I think I found myself a little mob farm. Jahar demands an animal sacrifice. Now that is something that I didn't really want to go past just yet, so I decided to look around the other side that I hadn't explored yet and immediately ran away. Oh no, no. Okay, spiders and all sorts over there. That side, there's something to that side. Let's go to that side. Curious about what lay above, I decided to explore the upper levels of the cathedral. Unfortunately, there wasn't much to write home about, except, well, some funky redstone lighting and a few mobs that looked like they were having a rave in the corridors. I made quick friends with them, but overall, The other floors are a bit of a disappointment. Not exactly the treasure trove I was hoping for. Oh, okay. Determined to see more, I decided to venture even higher into the towers. Feeling rather curious, I took a look around, hoping to spot the dragon that had made its nest just past the cathedral, you know, so I could avoid it. However, my heart raced at the thought of encountering such a beast, but to my relief, I didn't see it anywhere. Thank goodness for small mercies. But what I do know is that dragon is out there, and it's out there somewhere. And it's only a matter of time before I have to fight that thing to the death. Probably my death. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. At that altitude, I found myself at risk of hypothermia again. I had to be careful up here, but the beauty of the landscape below made it all worth it, even if it came with a side of frostbite. I took a moment to plot the locations I discovered inside my atlas. Dragon, all the while continuing to marvel at the incredible architecture of this building. Well, I haven't heard a dragon yet, or seen a dragon, but that's definitely a dragon there. I can see the gold, I can see the fire. Holy shit, this is amazing. Honestly, there wasn't much there for me to loot, and without going into the deeper section of the cathedral just yet, I didn't think there was going to be anything for me to loot at all. So I decided to leave, and while I was leaving, I got cornered by 2 skeletons and just kind of left them do their thing inside the cathedral. It's nighttime though, so, you know, I feel like I'm going to have to sleep. As it was a new day, I figured it would be a great idea to put my new weapons to the test against some of the harmless wildlife. With my javelin in hand, I set my sights on a pesky kobold that had been lingering around. It was time for a little friendly competition. Wait, what? Apparently, my throw was a bit stronger than I thought, and somehow I managed to kill myself in the process. And now all the kobolds are running amok with my equipment. So let me just go get that back. That did not just happen, did it? I'm actually shocked that that just happened. Well, it wasn't a gruesome death like I was half expecting to happen. But it was a death nonetheless. After that humiliating and humbling experience, I decided it was better if I just went home and pretty much finished the episode there. I was so hoping for an episode about death, but, you know, this is RLcraft. One could only be so lucky. I'm just glad it wasn't more than one, and that the javelin didn't come back and kill me for a second time, as it was bloody close, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so, this is me done for today. I have basically created a little house that I can call my home in a village, which I can call my own. I've got creatures that help defend me. I've got a cathedral in front of me, and this cathedral is going to be very handy for looting and getting general resources and stuff as well. I might even have to make that my castle. But before that happens, there is a creature near it that I need to be very, very careful of, because I don't think I'm up for killing dragons just yet. And there is a dragon right next door, which is not going to be good in the long run of things. Because if that dragon does come in this direction, which it doesn't look like it is at the moment, we may have problems. We have a dragon here, we have a dungeon here, or the big spooky Wheeldong, Postong there. We have got a mob tower, as well as the cathedral mob place and my death. Yeah, we don't talk about that. And that's all for today's adventure. I hope you enjoyed exploring the cathedral with me. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!